dismantling the public sector undertakings where actually these reservation policies actually can make a difference, either because the government needs money or because there is a active planning to dismantle the structures where reservation policies can actually enact some amount of representations. You can see many private sectors being privatized, public sector institutions being privatized. As of now, the education institutions have not reached there, but I have no doubt that we are going there, and the symptoms are very clear in terms of the actual funding coming to the university to maintain. And just this year beginning, we got the letter from the financial management of the university saying that the maintenance amount of the university has been reduced by more than half of the last year, and this has been going on steadily decreasing. So basically there is a dramatic, I think, reduction in the scope of employment where the reservation policies can actually make a difference. And to sort of give a sense of how much is the demand and how much is that is employment takes place. Apparently, according to the parliament, in last 1 year, the total number of people who employed compared to people who applied is 1% in the government sector. And you already know how Maulana Sad fellowship has been dropped, and EWS has been implemented, which basically takes away the positions available to clearly not economically disadvantaged sections as the cutoff of the income, and clearly excludes people likely to be coming in from economically disadvantaged, which is also simultaneously socially disadvantaged. So all these policies are clearly pointing to a very systematic dismantling of these structures. And so it also tells us that we, as a community, needs to create structures which make it resilient to these kind of operations. Probably also forming organizations which supplement at this point. And I am happy that we have as our guest Imami Ekta Mission from Sri Chandrasekhar, who actually runs schools in remote places in UP, in villages where access to education has been denied for this community. Another example I can think of is Nalanda Academy, run by Anup, who actually caters to slightly more senior level of education. So I think there are more requirement for more such structures which make the community autonomous of the government, which clearly is trying to dismantle these structures. And another thing is also to plan a little ahead. And I don't know all of you are aware, there are dramatic shifts, tectonic shifts, I would say, taking place at the technology front. And if you have not come across it, the artificial intelligence systems which are making a remarkable change in their capacities. And previously when computers came in, for example, people thought that, okay, it will take out labor, but in effect what it actually did was to require you to be trained more. So it generally did not really encroach onto the common person's jobs. But these technologies which are now coming up, if you look at them, they are actually affordable to the common person, so to say, and they are doing things which does not require you to have training. That means it really takes away the jobs in the sense of you don't require to train to use it, so in that sense take away. So it's a very, I would say, very tectonic shift in terms of where we are headed. And so when we are as a community planning together, to overcome the difficulties in this kind of a society, we also need to take look forward and take these kind of things into consideration. That's all I have to say. Jai Bhim, Johar Rohith.